and You've Got a Garden each Tuesday from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. right here on WOCA The Source.
You're listening to WOCA Ocala.
All right, 25 minutes before 8 o'clock. Thank you for tuning in this Tuesday morning here at The Source, WOCA. It is 72 degrees, broadcasting live outside of the WOCA commissary at the Paddock Mall. I'm waiting for Brenda to come in here and say,
yeah, that's right.
It's called the food cart.
That's our challenge.
Our challenge is to get everybody to call it the WOCA commissary.
Right. And then we'll see her come
We've used it as a commissary
face.
a couple of times. It is kind of cool to have a little cafeteria just outside the door, right?
Yeah, it is.
All right. So before we do anything, let me give you some ribbon cuttings. There's a ribbon cutting at the Chamber and Economic Partnership. Well, not there, but they are letting us know about it so you can know about it. And you are invited to these ribbon cuttings. There's one called Aging Youthful tomorrow at 1:30 p.m. At the Chamber and Economic Partnership boardroom. So it is at the CEP on 310 Southeast 3rd Street. Come help cut the ribbon to celebrate the launch of Aging Youthful. It's a life coach business. That'll be tomorrow. Also tomorrow, that first one is 1:30 p.m. Then also tomorrow, 4:30 p.m., there's a Zone Health and Fitness, and they're located at 524 South Pine Avenue. The grand opening of Zone Health and Fitness and the ribbon cutting, and you're invited. A great place to have fun and get in shape. And they have a new class called P1 Yoga?
Yep.
P1 Yoga.
Yep.
P1 Yoga. Okay. And then on Thursday, there's a ribbon cutting at 10 a.m. at the Little Duckling Sale and Expo. And that ribbon cutting is in the Central Christian Church at 3010 Northeast 14th Street here in Ocala in the gymnasium. All right.
Yep.
And then finally, the last ribbon cutting I have is Thursday at 4:30 in the afternoon. That's the Sal State Next Generation Realty inside the Paddock Mall. Really?
Isn't that cool? I wonder where they're at.
Between Spencer's and Penny's.
Oh, okay.
So
We'll find them.
That's that way. That's that yonder.
Oh, there you go.
See, I know where Spencer's is.
It's east
Yeah,
of us.
I know where Spencer's is because of the running place that.
Runner's Pace.
We did the sky for.
Yeah, with your cloud sky.
And one more thing, and then I want to talk about what our scare yesterday with you. The Autism Spectrum Disorders Intervention and Support Network. Let's see, they're having a presentation free and open to the public. It's the Center for Autism and Related Disabilities, presented by the University of Florida, but they're having their event here in Ocala on today.
Yeah.
Today from 6 till 8 p.m. tonight. It's free. And this will be at Our Redeemer Lutheran Church here in Ocala at 5200 Southwest College Road.
It's across the street from where they're building the new BMW place.
Oh,
those
okay.
three
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. It's a nice, pretty looking church. Pretty.
Yeah.
All right, so there you go.
It's a beautiful church.
So I'll tell part of this, and then you've got to tell the rest of it. This weekend, we made a video. I can't remember what it was for. Oh, it was to promote the polka thing we're doing.
Yeah, the polkas.
The polka thing we're doing. Okay.
Yeah, we did the Special Olympics first, and then we did the polkas.
Special Olympics video, and then we did the polka video. Okay, to promote because whatever. So I didn't notice that you had anything odd about your face.
I know.
I really didn't. And then when I was editing the video later on, especially after you were gone, I was looking at it going, is Robin doing the pirate thing with her mouth? I mean, you were pulling your mouth kind of like you were, maybe. You weren't talking like that, but you had the twisted mouth. And so I thought, wow, I didn't even know she was doing that. And I thought you were just kind of goofing for the camera because it was kind of a goofy video we did. Okay. Yeah. I mean, it's Oktoberfest stuff. Okay. I don't know where the connection with pirates and Germany is, but
well, they all like drinking beer, so that's in common.
That's what it is. So I thought, well, maybe you're just goofing with me. I didn't know. So yesterday we're doing the show, and as we're doing the show, I'm looking at you, and your mouth is really twisted. and it worried me, and I know it worried you too. And gosh, we've had so many medical experts on who give us the warning signs of different things, including stroke. And that's what I was worried about, and I guess you were too, but you just didn't say anything.
Yeah.
And so the warning signs, I mean, the one thing I remember from one of our guests was FAST, the word fast. Each letter, it represents a warning sign. F, meaning face, is a facial disfigurement that wasn't there before.
Yeah.
A means arm, weakness in one of the arms. S means speech, you've got a slurred speech. And then T means telephone 911. It's time to, you don't want to wait. If somebody's having a stroke, you don't want to wait. And so during one of the breaks, I said, Robin, do you want to go to the hospital or something? It looks like, I don't know, I don't want to see you having a stroke, but it looks like you might be. No, I'm fine. I'm fine.
Can't close my left eye.
It's hard to know.
Anything,
it's hard to know when somebody is,
Wow.
I mean, you're looking fine, you're talking fine, everything seems fine. So then, as soon as we got off the air, you agreed, and we went to, what's it called, West
Marion.
West Marion. Okay.
Yeah, we called the
So you go in.
consultant nurse
You go in
hotline.
there. I'm going to let you take it from here, but you go in there.
Mm-hmm.
The doctor behind the desk, he says, "Come with me right away." He
we
sees your
couldn't
mouth
even
is
tell him.
crooked. Yeah, you didn't have to say a word.
Yeah.
You used the reference line that Brittany has given us on.
Yeah, the consultant
Brittany
nurse
Marthal.
hotline for our Ocala Health System.
And so they told you what, and then I'll let you take it from here. What did the consultant nurse hotline tell you?
Oh, that I should go to the physician and see them. And then when I called the physician, they gave me their name. They were at the hospital. So then they told me to go right to the hospital on West Marion to the emergency room. We walked in there. I started to tell the young man behind the counter, whose name is Travis,
Right.
what I was feeling. But he saw my face. He said, "Nope, come right on in."
Yep, you went that way, and he told me to sit down. Okay,
Yeah.
yes, sir. I will sit down. So,
So he
and then
thought
what
it-
happened when you were back there?
Well, he took my pulse and all that stuff, but he said, I think you might have Bell's palsy, but we're going to test you for a stroke because that's, your face looks like you might be having a stroke. So they did all that. They did the CAT scan. The doctor came in and he said, "Well, you're pretty lucky. There's nothing there in the CAT scan." I said, "Well, that figures. There's nothing there anyway, So, yeah. But no, they were really nice. They drew blood. I mean, everything was so ultra quick and just really wonderful. And then we found out the young man, Travis, we had him on the air here almost a year ago, right after we moved in.
This is so
nice
typical.
young man.
This is so typical you.
Nice young man.
Hello.
Yeah.
You are now focusing on somebody else instead of yourself. Tell the story. You were diagnosed with
Bell's palsy.
Bell's palsy.
Yeah. And it just, it just happened. I woke up in the morning and there I was, a mess.
A new word. So you're not going to do
Yeah.
it unless I kind of walk you through it. So
okay.
what did you first experience? You said it was your eye?
Yeah, I've got this headache behind the eye, and my eye is like pulsing, and I can't close it, and I can't raise my left eyebrow, and my cheek drooped, and my, left side of my face just can't smile. I got this pirate smile from my right side, so.
So your whole left side of your face
Yeah, it's still down there.
is partially paralyzed.
Yeah, but he gave me stuff for it, so.
Now, what did he tell you was the reason for that?
They're not really sure. They said they know it's a virus. Usually people that come in with that and they diagnose it as Bell's palsy, that it's a virus, but they don't know. None of the doctors anywhere know what kind of virus it is. Or it could be from a combination of that and anxiety, because some people get that too.
Right. And what did he say was the prognosis for the future?
That it should clear up within 2 weeks to 4 or 5 months, and it'll get better.
That seems like a long time, but
Yeah.
But he also said that some people, 1 out of 10. I remember you telling me this yesterday.
Yeah, 1 out of 10, it'll be there for the rest of their life. That
1 out
way.
of 10 people will be with it for a while,
Yeah.
forever, right?
Yep. So I'll have to keep my hair long, hanging over the left side of my face.
But you've had improvement already, right?
Yeah, I have. They gave me a couple shots yesterday, steroids and some kind of antibiotics to fight the virus, which they're not sure, what kind it is, but they
Right.
gave me that anyway, and then they gave me prescriptions. And then I have to go follow up with a neurologist in 2 days.
It was amazing.
gets better.
It was amazing how quick, though, they were able to eliminate your worst fear of a stroke.
Yeah.
I mean, that was good that they could do that. However, it's I watched the video last night on this just to educate myself a little bit on Bell's palsy, and it looks like we all could easily make the mistake of diagnosing ourselves and saying, "Oh, that's not a stroke, that's Bell's palsy," when in fact it could actually be a stroke. Mm-hmm. And you tell me what the doctor said before you knew for sure that it wasn't a stroke. About what did he say? You said that he said that if it was diagnosed as Bell's palsy, what would happen?
That'll get better.
Okay.
Except for 1 in 10.
He said we should celebrate.
Oh, that's right. He said we should celebrate.
But in other words, Bell's palsy sounds bad, but the doctor told you, and then you related to me, that if in fact it was Bell's palsy, that's good news. That's not bad news. Mm-hmm. Stroke is bad news. Bell's palsy is good news.
Yeah.
I never heard of this before.
No, me neither. I never have. And with everything we do, we pay attention to the Children's Craniofacial Foundation and do a lot for them. And we've heard of all the other words, but we've never heard this before. So
and yesterday when we
brand new stuff.
We after the visit to the hospital, we came back here and finished what we had to do here.
Yeah.
And Carol Ann came in with her new song.
Yeah.
And so we were able to share with her your scare, mm-hmm. and she said her father had it. Her father had Bell's palsy, and then it went away.
Yeah, and Ronnie called his friend Laverne, and she said her brother-in-law had it, and it went away, and her husband had it, and it went away, and so that's really good news. My kids laughed, though. I told them I'm looking like a pirate, so they both thought that was funny. They were concerned, but at least I got them to laugh.
Yeah.
I told them, well, it's good. It happens around Halloween, so people won't think I'm too weird.
Yeah. Well, I'm so glad it wasn't a stroke. I mean, you had me scared, and I know that Joe and Patsy and Dan were scared.
It's hard for me to.
You don't realize how much you're loved.
Things, I just until I find out what it is.
I know,
it's
but
hard.
See, you just don't realize. You give so much. You have no idea how much you're appreciated and loved, and it was scary, Rob. We don't want to have anything happen to you, of course.
Thank you.
Somebody's on the phone waiting patiently. Good morning. You're on the air.
Good morning. About 6 years ago, I had Bell's palsy.
Oh,
that was
my.
the weirdest thing I ever had. I woke up for a couple of days before I had the full Bell's palsy hit me. One eye was real itchy, and then I woke up one morning and my whole side of my face was drooped, and my one eye wouldn't close. So one eye would blink and one eye would stay wide open.
Yeah, isn't that wild?
Same thing happening to
It
Robin.
was wild, and I had to go to work, and I probably was like the alien insurance agent, But it was so funny. I mean, it wasn't funny. It was scary, because I walked into work, and I said, something's wrong with me. And they said, well, you might be having a stroke yet, Dippy. Go to the doctor.
So did you go to the doctor?
I went to the doctor, and I walked in, and all she did was looked at me and said, you got Bell's palsy. And I'm like, what do I know?
Oh, really? They knew by looking, huh?
About 2 weeks. Yeah, it took about 2 weeks, and the worst thing was the eye wouldn't blink, so my eye was always dry. And then my whole one side was like I had been to the dentist, so you couldn't drink things because it would drip out of the one side because you were paralyzed. It was the weirdest thing.
Yeah, there's like a puddle, when you try to drink a drink.
They gave me steroids, but they didn't give me the shots. They gave me like a pack of them that I had to take like 6 the first day, and it was just really weird. But I recovered completely.
Oh,
and
thank
they said
God.
some people even get it from being on an airplane, from the draft. People have been known to fly.
Well, Ralph Nader had it. Ralph Nader had it years ago. When I looked it up, I found the story, but I have remembered it also. Yeah, he was on TV with a crooked mouth.
It was really weird. I couldn't take off work the whole couple weeks, but I felt like I looked like an alien.
Yeah, right.
But I recovered, and you'll recover, but it's just really weird. But the dry eye is bad. You got to use a lot of eye drops.
Oh, and see, we knew you back then, and you didn't say anything to us about it. So it's, you're kind of like me. You don't like to,
I probably
bring
called
attention.
and I was talking slurred. You probably thought I was drinking or something.
Well, it was probably after a Packer game and they won, so we figured, you're celebrating.
Because you can't talk right. It's just weird. It's a weird thing. But I recovered completely, and I'm sure you will too.
Oh, well, thank God, Linda. Glad you're okay.
All right. You take care, okay?
Okay.
Bye.
Good story.
Thank you for sharing that, Linda. So it's another person with a hopeful story there, right? Mm-hmm. But I mean, the good news was it wasn't a stroke. And anyway, so we're glad you're okay. Well, thank you for sharing that. I know you're always reluctant to talk about yourself, but I think it helps other people to hear stories like that.
Yeah, help me to hear Linda's. Thank you, Linda.
All right, let's take a little break, and then we'll come back. We'll talk about the difference between the way the networks covered the climate march and the way they covered the March for Life back in January. We'll be right back with that. We missed our break. We better go back to it. All right, we'll be right back.
The weather is brought to you by myfwc.com. Safe boating is no accident. More clouds and sun today with a couple of showers and a thunderstorm around during the afternoon and evening hours. The high today 82 to 86. Mostly cloudy later tonight, though 60